All right, here we go.
I'll give you the hair tie right off of my wrist. I'll turn it up if you play Taylor Swift. I'll gas you up when you're acting unhinged. If you're done, if you're pissed, I'll help you burn down a bridge. I'm an always got time for my girls, girl. Wherever you are in the world, girl, I'll be right there when you call me up. If you need to cry or wanna get drunk, I'll be your number one hype girl. I got your back in a fight, girl. Round after round, I'm always down. There ain't no doubt I'm a girl's girl. Yeah, there ain't no doubt I'm a girl's girl. Hey. Woo! Round after round, I'm always down. There ain't no doubt I'm a girl's girl.
Hi there, this is Sheila Chappelle. I am here with my friend. Here we are, the Hurricane Girls, trying to get something through to our guest here. So trying to get them there. Um, so I'm just if you see me playing with my phone, that's what I'm doing. We are here. It is April 22nd, and everything is doing what live things do. So. How do I send a mess? How do I send a link on a Zoom meeting? I don't know. I'll work on it. So I am here today with Hurricane Abby, Hurricane Morgan, Hurricane Mary, and Hurricane Jin. We have Hurricane Sam out not feeling well today, and I am very happy to have the ones that we have here. So one shout out to Hurricane Alia and Hurricane Hermie in there moderating our YouTube. We're here on youtube.com at Hurricane Girls. And how are you ladies doing this week?
Nope. Hanging in there.
Hanging in there?
Much better. Much better since I have my hurricanes in the way.
Excellent.
All right. I'm glad to hear that, Mary. I'm apologizing for my congested voice.
It gives you that raspy sound, you know.
There you
It's
go.
sexy. It's sexy.
That's what we'll go with. Instead of snotty, sexy.
Yes, see?
Sexy, snotty, you know.
You know, it can be one and the same.
Depending on what you're doing.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that,
Wait, how
Mary.
did you get snotty? That's the question I want to know.
Ew. Sorry.
Yeah, right. My goodness. I have a husband that travels too much and brings stuff home from the plane all the time. And I just pick it up. It stinks.
Well, if you're snotty, are you sure it stinks? Can you smell it? I'm sorry.
Mary, you are on point today. On point. She's on fire.
Yes, I'm super glad to see all of you. I know we're all struggling in some sort of way to be here today, and it is I definitely appreciate always getting to see y'all. I know, like today has been kind of weird because
Yeah.
I woke up and I didn't want to go to work, and
Mm.
but I was because I was too excited about this, like I was like, oh my God, how am I supposed to wait through all of this here? We've had a couple people that have been sick, and I've been like worried about y'all. And then Jessica called me and said like I'm sick too, and I'm like, what the fuck, everybody? What's going on? What's going
Seriously.
around? And then I just really think about it being this time of the year, and it's like my kids are coming in with the sniffles, and everybody's kids are getting them infected and stuff like that.
Mhm.
Um, hold on. Let's see. And to see if I can get this to work. Y'all talk.
Talk amongst yourselves.
Talk amongst yourselves. Everybody in the YouTube chat, talk.
The topic,
Something
Rhode Island is
interesting.
neither a road nor an island. Discuss.
Abby, when's your book
What?
coming out? I check every day. I'm like, is today the day? When's it coming?
Yes.
Yes.
I need to know about
July
that.
9th, I believe.
Oh, so it's a while.
We've got a little bit of time. And of
Leave
course,
it to me.
I mean, I love the enthusiasm. That makes me very happy. And that is what I'm going to need because I think it's going to be the word of mouth that's going to help with this book. Because
Absolutely.
fittingly, July is going to be the most chaotic month, work-wise, school-wise, training-wise. Like I have two back-to-back training weekends that will bookend the release day.
Mm.
And I'm just over here like, all right, here we go, like rock and roll.
Nice.
Ah,
I know I'm going to be able to share this link somehow or another, and I don't know how it's going to be done. Let me see if I can get an email from her.
it's speaking volumes. I'm like, oh, I wonder if the share button on Zoom will help. And it's like, no, that's for share screen, not share
Yeah.
a link. I'm not on Spotify, damn it.
Abby, I'm sorry if I'm the only one who doesn't know, but that lovely purple fabric hanging behind you, are you into aerial yoga or something?
Well, aerial silks, the circus arts. So
No,
that's
really?
a
Are you kidding me? So I was in the right arena.
so yeah,
Mm.
that is I mean, it's daisy chained right now, but that's a split silk, like in the Cirque du Soleil stuff that they'll do and all that. And I've been doing it since 2017, 2016, so
Oh my
closing in on a
goodness.
decade. I feel really, really lucky. And for the kids at home, don't try that at home. That was actually professionally installed by a structural engineer. There's a whole cool pulley system up in my attic to that like that can bear like something like 600 pounds or something like that.
What the hell?
It is
So,
not one of those like you buy it off Amazon and screw it into your ceiling and hope for the best. Like that's properly installed for, for those of us who are apparently chaotic about our circus arts.
my gosh, that's amazing. So my next question is,
Mhm.
are we going to have you on one of our shows demonstrate some of your moves? That would be fun.
I'm just saying that would be
I
great.
mean, not
Wouldn't
a
that
bad,
be
and
fun? Like a
that would get
routine.
me better into especially practicing at home. Like that was a godsend, especially when the pandemic hit and lockdowns hit, and
Oh,
that had
yeah.
not even like 3, 4 months prior. That's when it had gone up, and then all of a sudden the lockdowns hit, and I'm like, you have no idea. Like everything's canceled, can't go into class, all that stuff. See
Right.
the Abby tricks. I've been bad. Like
Totally.
I want to practice more at home, and especially with internship and what have you. I just keep coming home and crashing out. But if I know I have a
Sure.
performance happening, maybe I can
That would
actually
be
get some.
so great. Oh my gosh. And we have some tunes in the back. You've got that amazing lighting. Oh,
Mm, I like a proper neurodivergent person. I hate the big light, so I'm all about give me the little tiny string lights everywhere,
I know exactly what you mean. Hence my northern lights in the background.
which I love.
I
That
do
is
love
just.
It's
those.
so calming,
Yeah.
right? I always need a reason to be calm. I'm like, calm yourself, Jen. Calm yourself.
I feel like if
Yes.
we could see like the real northern lights. Actually, no, it would be the opposite of calm. We'd be freaking out like this is amazing.
Right? Oh my goodness.
Oh, have you ever gotten a chance to see the real northern lights by any
No,
chance?
and it's on my bucket list. I definitely want to do it.
Oh,
Mary,
same.
you did not try pole dancing once. I love it. I don't have upper body strength either.
Oh,
Me neither.
Well, it was more than one class. So I went back for 4 classes and I
Ah.
quit when they started teaching us wall dances. I was so mortified.
Oh, yeah.
I'm
Wall
like, I'm not
dancing.
here. Yeah, so it was all about being sexy and you danced against the wall and then you'd go down onto your knees and you'd crawl across the floor to the pole and then I wouldn't be able to pull myself up. I'd just be
but I will say right now, especially as someone who tried to do pole, and I went in a little cocky because my background in silks, and oh
Yeah.
no, the pole humbles you. That is, I mean, that the layers to what I just said, the layers to what I just said, but no, that is just a special beast, and I tried,
Seriously.
and it really was. I was like, I'm getting humbled by this because it's just so much. The pole is so much harder.
Is that
and it
right?
bruises. It bruises so
Absolutely.
hard.
Mo, what you got to say? She's all
Oh,
excited.
oh wow, the hand thing popped up. Okay, so a good friend of mine slash classmate, not this year, but like last year, she had for her birthday, she had a birthday party at her business, and they offer pole classes.
Hmm?
I I was like, y'all, I knew I didn't have the upper body strength like I used to, but I had fun dancing on the pole and using it as a little handle for it. I drop like a Thai maid, that.
Well, that's
But
the
as
best
far
part about pole right there.
yeah,
Seriously.
It is. Yeah.
yeah, that pole will humble you. But I saw one girl just like me plus size, and she was doing all kinds of tricks. And my homegirl, she had on the whole get up. Obviously, I had pictures of her. I took some of the pictures of her on the pole, and I was like, "You better get it, girl." Had the whole lingerie, had the whole get up. She said, "Come on, let's go. I'm ready." Baby hopped on that pole and was like, and I'm like,
Clapping in awe, staring in awe.
I'm like
I
my
always
hero.
am.
I'm like
Like
my hero because a lot of people don't know is when they see pole dancers dancing, a lot of times they end up getting scrapes on their legs and
Oh,
on their
hell yeah.
arms. I'm like, wow. I didn't know this until what's her name? I forgot her name, but she played the stripper Mercedes on we call it the Pink, but it's dang it, what's that show? It's on Stars, but anywho, P Valley. And
Oh,
she had revealed the scars on her arm and on her legs, and her character actually had an injury. Well, she also had that injury, so it kind of played, but she did good on that pole. I'm like, y'all got it.
seriously.
hi
That sounds
there.
cool.
So we finally made it work here.
Oh my God.
Yay!
Okay. So we have
That
with
was
us,
crazy.
She's
yes,
here.
So
we have with
sorry that
us,
that was so difficult.
no worries, no worries at all. We have with us today Jennifer Blanc-Biehn, incredible actress and also producer now, right?
Damn.
Yeah, I was producing for a bunch of years. I haven't really produced in the last few years. I would produce again, but I don't want to own my own stuff. I don't want to really do it for me anymore. So I would do it for other people. But so yes, essentially I am, but I'm not actively doing it right now.
So for anybody out there who is not a raging millennial or Gen Xer, uh, Dark Angel,
Mhm.
Party of Five,
Yes.
um, Friends till the end.
Yes.
Yeah, I tried posting a couple of different clips, and Friends till the end is what everybody keyed in on. They're like, "Oh my
Yeah.
God, I remember that music there."
Yeah, everybody loved it. I mean, everybody, we loved it. We had so much fun. And I still get that and Saved by the Bell and Dark Angel, but even more so than things like Party of Five, which I'm shocked that a lot of people don't really key into all the time. It's just very specific. But yeah, people loved Friends Till the End. They love Shannon, and I loved Shannon. So
Yeah. You're doing some things with the Blanc-Bean Productions you've done in the past, few years there,
yes,
Terrorize, the Lockdown, movies like that. But yeah, Saved by the Bell. Yeah,
that's a
everybody's
long time
everybody's
ago.
gonna key in on that. My personal is Dark Angel.
Dark Angel.
And I told you that when I met you at the
Yeah.
Fantasticon there. Because when I saw the guest there, I was like, yeah, Michael Bean. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
I like the Terminator, but then I was like, oh, Jennifer's
I
there.
love that. Every once in a while, Michael's shocked because, like, and I'm shocked. Like every once in a
Mhm.
while, there's this person that shows up that is not there for Mike. I mean, people show up for me too. A lot of times, people show up for both of us. But every once in a
Mhm.
while, there's somebody that's like hardcore there for me. Could care less about
Yes,
Michael, which is
that would
always
be
like
me
not the
right
thing.
here. Yeah, that would be me with my little
I
autograph
love it.
thing
I
there.
love it.
Yes, it was amazing there. But I didn't really realize until I just went back and watched through that you were only really in season one of Dark Angel, right?
Yes. Well, yeah, and there was supposed to be a season three, and there was supposed to be like we would like Ollie, me, and various people to come back in season three. But when they went to season two, and I was gone, and John was gone, and I don't think it was because of us, to be honest. I would like to think that, but I
No.
don't think it had to do with us. I think it had to do with that it just went in such a different direction for season 2 that I think they lost people along the way. And there were so many creative differences by season 2, so we never really got a season 3 to see if all these characters were going to
I mean, but
meld together.
honestly, peak Jensen Ackles about that time though.
Yes.
He was so
Yeah.
hot.
I know he is. He is. And
He's
so
still hot.
that was a good call. And he still is. He still looks great. He
Right.
was just on Michael Rosenbaum's podcast a little bit ago and
Awesome.
talked a little bit about all this. So you guys can
I
get on
was
that.
looking at a clip from Dark Angel, you standing in between Jessica and Valerie Ray.
Mhm.
That's pressure. Like, I mean, obviously you got three hotties right there, you
So
know.
Jessica, we all knew each other since the pilot. Jessica, all good. And yeah, I mean, she's a beautiful girl. And we were
Mhm.
all very different, right? So blonde, original Cindy was the lesbian of the show. I mean, this is how they kind of broke things down in the late
Right.
90s. I was the like maybe slutty friend that was also really smart. And then Valerie was like, you know, she was a lesbian. She liked girls. She was really tough, but not like a boy tough. There were all these categories. There was like a lot of different categories at the Jam Pony also, and everyone was obviously really different in real life. Um, but honestly, like Valerie and I were friends during the pilot, but she decided somewhere along the line she didn't like me. And so she made
Aw,
life a little bit hard for me on the show. I hate to say it for
I hate
those
to hear,
Valerie fans out there.
hate to hear that.
It was
Yeah.
not fun for Jen. There was a lot of like intent. I just talked about it publicly for the first time on my husband's podcast. So I feel kind of okay to talk about it now. It's so many years ago. It doesn't matter,
Hmm.
We're fine. But we were going to room together. We were friends. We were all friends. And then I don't know what happened. I pissed her off somehow, and I don't know what I did. I still, to this day, it's not like she told me, so I don't know. It just one day she sort of went off on me in the makeup trailer, and I was in my room crying forever, and then went to the set after I was able to like pull myself together because I was way more sensitive back then. I was younger and more sensitive. I'm a lot less sensitive now, you know.
I think the ladies are fighting in the chat over Jensen
Oh,
now.
you're fighting
Yeah.
over.
Yeah.
Forget about Valerie and Jen fighting.
Hey,
Why are
Yeah.
you fighting over Jensen? What's to fight about?
I'm just saying that man is fine. I always did like him.
He is
So yeah.
he's very handsome. I would
But I
agree.
prefer him as Dean Winchester. I want Dean Winchester,
Is that
not
is that
Oh
necessarily
no.
supernatural?
Jensen. Right.
Yeah,
Is that
supernatural.
supernatural? Okay.
Yeah.
Because I
Supernatural.
was
Yeah.
just somebody was just telling me somewhere, I don't know what I was doing. It was some other work related thing, and somebody was like a super crazy supernatural fan, and they were like, "Oh, Jensen Ackles, I'm a supernatural fan," and I we had a whole conversation about it with Michael too, because Michael,
Hmm.
my Michael, not Michael Weatherly, but my Michael, who they worked together before I ever worked with either
Yeah.
of them. They worked together. But anyway, so my Michael tried to watch Supernatural after he listened to Jensen Ackles' interview on Michael Rosenbaum's podcast, and Supernatural was not for my husband because it's too out there. It's too far out
And
in the
it's
realm of reality.
this is the man who was in Terminator and Aliens.
Yes. So that's
Yes.
more in the realm of reality to him. He can make that work in his mind.
Right, right.
That you can come. He can't really, because when people ask him, like, how did you come from the future to the past to explain that, then create the baby and then and he's like, that's a question for Jim Cameron. I don't know. I'm not
That's
sure.
funny because you both came from Jim Cameron uh products because Dark Angel was James
Yeah,
Cameron and then
very much.
Terminator was James Cameron and Aliens too, I think. Yeah.
Aliens 2 and The
Yeah.
Abyss, Michael, and then he's in
Mhm.
the director's cut of T2. So
Right.
he's worked with him on about 4 movies. But I had met Jim. I'd heard a lot about Jim. Maybe met him once. I don't even know if I had met him. And then I was with Michael when I got Dark Angel, the pilot. And then Michael and I split up when I was doing the show, and then we got back together after the show. But and then had been together. But I'm trying to think. I'd heard a lot about Jim, but I think I actually really, really got more connected with Jim through doing obviously working with him and being hired by him. And then the whole thing was put together that, like, oh, Michael and Jen, and, the whole thing. Because
Okay.
Jim, almost, for Michael, we get Christmas cards from them every year. But, for Michael, they're like very, very, very old friends. Very
I
old
was
friends.
gonna say couldn't have got you on Titanic or anything like that.
Oh, wow. That would have been cool. I think, was I already on Dark Angel by then? I don't think I had done Dark Angel by then. No, Titanic they did first.
Right, right.
Before Dark Angel. And then Michael met for Titanic. Um, Billy Zane ended up playing the bad guy on that.
Oh my God, not that part. Oh my, honestly, I could see Michael doing it, but
Could
I
have.
really
But Billy
can't
was,
see
yeah.
anybody else.
No, Billy's kind of perfect
Like
for that
Billy
guy.
Zane is kind of that
He's,
character.
it's perfect. I mean, Jim's really, listen, Michael's been in a lot of Jim things, Jim movies, and Michael was almost, he met for Avatar, and he was sort of on hold for
Mhm.
Avatar for 10 months. And then it went to Stephen Lang, who he worked with on Tombstone. I think once they hired Sigourney, they didn't want it to turn into an aliens,
Mhm.
redo of it where everyone's brain goes to, oh, aliens.
I feel like you would have let Leo stay on the door though.
I might
Like
have.
if you were cast as Rose.
I know I could have. Wonderful. I know. I mean, she was so wonderful as Rose, but yeah. And I knew Leo back then. He was a friend. We've lost touch since then, but my baby's godmom was his girlfriend for 2 years, so we all became very close.
Oh
And
wow.
I knew him when he was doing Titanic, and I knew him when he was doing Gilbert Grape, and all of those wonderful performances and wonderful things that he was doing. And what else did he do when they were so many things around that time, The Quick and the Dead, and I mean, just so many things. And then, you
I
know,
I feel like you would
results.
have I feel like Hollywood's a little bit different now than it
Oh,
was
it's way
then.
different. It was like we were all running around in a pack. I was on Party of Five. Sarah Gilbert was coming off of her show, and Leo was running around, and Toby Maguire, and Kevin, who was going into Entourage, but he was coming off of that sitcom that he had done, Kevin Connolly, like Not Married with Children, but the one after that had Bobcat Goldthwait on it. And we were all running around town in a pack, and it was really fun, and it was really different. Um, Hollywood's like a whole different animal now. It's just like,
Well, we were
yeah,
saying that they only make they don't make 22 episode seasons of a TV
no,
show anymore.
it's like
It's
eight.
like 6 to 8 at most.
Yes.
Yeah. I was watching Kiss Me Kate earlier today.
Of
The Party of Five one.
course. I
Definitely different than Kendra.
definitely do. Well, and the
Yeah.
dark hair and the whole thing, just totally different vibe.
I had
But
to I had to like look twice. I was like, that's
it's not Jen.
no, it's not Jen. The brunette hair, it was perfect for the character,
It was
but
perfect for Kate.
yeah,
She was
it
very simple.
definitely that showed a lot of range though, even at a young age though, because you
Yeah,
were
I like to think so.
yeah.
I like to
Uh,
think I have a big range. I've been mommying for so long, but I am going to do two movies coming up in the next year.
oh,
One that was written for me, and one that was not originally written for me, but I ended up doing the table read, and the director was like, "Would you do this?" I think the one from the table read is going to be first in the coming year, in 2026, like the beginning of the year, and they'll be shot in New York, and so it's going to be really fun to go back to work and do some new characters and play people like one of the characters is a detective who was
mhm.
on leave because she had an alcohol problem. That's the second one. The first one, I have to go back and read the revised script before I can give too much on that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
But
have you just been doing the mom thing in the meantime, or
been
what's been
doing
going on?
interventions and a little bit of, gradually kind of starting to float back into wanting to work. I think I did three or four things over the years, three or four jobs, maybe four different movies over the years, since I've been a mom, maybe five. I mean, I have to look. I'd have to really like look since 2015. What's on there? There might be more, but mostly focused on being a mom, and now kind of graduating into being comfortable doing both.
Hmm. And the bling is blinging
Oh,
right
yeah.
now.
I'm
Yeah.
very into the jewelry stuff, obviously, and I do a lot of live jewelry shows with it, and I'm a collector, and I do want to do more of a reality show around the bling because,
Ooh.
well, it's
I will tune in. I love jewelry.
yeah, okay, right? I'm just
Mhm.
Seriously, and you'd probably be so much more entertaining than Bling Empire. I mean, they're so boring. I would love to see someone with your energy and your depth of work and depth of character show off their jewelry. That would be interesting.
I would want to go. What I'd want to do is like have the live shows that I do with my own collection that I release shown, but I work with a couple, like I work with a pawn shop that's a jewelry store, and I work with an
Nice.
actual jeweler out here that designs her own stuff, an Israeli couple, like a mom and daughter team that design all their jewelry right here
Gorgeous.
in LA, gorgeous stuff. And then go to some of the like markets, like go to Brimfield or whatever these jewelry shows and like have a camera seeing how people deal with dealers and finding the stuff and finding the old
Yeah.
stuff and the value of gold going up and down and all of that stuff. I have so many things I want to do. I might start it with a podcast talking about it a little bit
Nice.
and I'm pitching some of the reality stuff.
You have a little bit of the podcast background with your husband having one there, and I'm sure he can
Yeah.
set you up there.
Yeah.
Morgan, you had your hand up. What's up? You're muted, babe.
I couldn't hear you, but now I
Now
Okay,
she's got the giggles.
Okay, so I have a quick question,
Yeah.
and you don't have to answer it now. I'm not trying to get in your personal business. I love jewelry, and I love the jewelry from Tiffany and Company. Please tell me you got pieces from Tiffany's.
I sure do.
Yes.
I want to see them.
Any-
I want to see them.
I have a lot of Cartier on right now.
Oh,
but-
Cartier, yeah.
Oh,
That's the big leagues. We love some
Oh,
Cartier.
I do have a Tiffany piece on right now. I do. Hang on. You see the thing with the hearts on my
yes.
Yes.
Beautiful.
See that's Tiffany and Company.
Yeah, you know what? Hold
Nice.
on, let me see. Oh, I think I seen something like that recently. I'm gonna have to go back because I live in the greater Houston area, so yeah,
Oh.
we
Oh yeah,
got-
they like jewelry over there.
yes, but like when I was in Austin visiting family, we had went to the Domain and we went to Tiffany's. I had brought my sister with me. I got a chance to try on the jewelry that Beyonce ambassador.
Oh.
It looks so pretty on me. And then I was able to try on this $500,000. Yeah, y'all don't judge me. I love jewelry. They let me try on like a $500,000 ring. It couldn't fit
They
me.
let
It was
you
awesome.
wow. Whoa.
Amazing.
I wasn't gonna do nothing. I was just having fun, just trying on stuff. But then when
I would be nervous with the $500,000
I
piece
would
on.
too.
Oh,
I would get
they
really
took-
scared.
I'd
I
be
would be
scared
like,
too.
I don't know. I don't know.
Oh no,
I have a
they
lot of
took
jewelry on, but no.
Right.
Believe it or not,
Whoa.
they took me to the back with where the security was, and I was cool with it. It's like, all right, whatever. We went to the back.
Did
Me
you
and
say
my-
this is what I want to see?
Mhm.
And they just showed you.
Yeah,
Wow.
we had fun.
Amazing.
I mean, we had fun. I'm not a thief. My thing
Well,
is,
no.
I'm like, if I wanted some
Not gonna do-
diamonds, I could easily like go on the plane, go to the motherland, get connected with my roots, be like, and it's probably in the ground. So it's like,
Yes.
so it's like
You could do
whatever.
that, or there's so many ways to get that. I mean, diamonds come, you could get the VS that are like crazy, like $30,000 for a loose stone, or you can get a gorgeous lab diamond for a really great price that's like, still testing as a diamond. So there's so many ways
Right.
to get diamonds, yeah.
Right. And then in my
Anything.
case, I love the tanzanite diamond because
Oh,
my
I
favorite
love
color is
tanzanite.
blue and my other favorite color is purple. And when I seen the
Mm-hmm.
tanzanite diamond on YouTube and they had it out there in Austin, I was fangirling. I was like, where's the diamond?
Tanzanite's gorgeous. That's a
Very-
gorgeous stone.
And
It's a beautiful stone.
cheap. It's
It's
rare,
not,
it's
I
cheap.
mean, compared to
Definitely
diamonds,
more
it's cheap.
affordable.
Compared to gold, it's cheap. I don't know if all tanzanite's cheap, but yes, it's cheaper.
Now, the more purple it is, then yes, the more expensive it is.
Right.
But I love it. It's so pretty. But yeah, as you can see, I'm like, forget purses and shoes and clothes. Where's the jewelry? Because that's me. Like I will rock jewelry like this and pretend like it's the diamonds from Namibia or South Africa. I do
Yeah.
not care. I'm
And
like,
some people do care, they care about where the diamond's from and how, for me, it's just like if I like the way something looks
right.
or like,
Mhm.
yeah, the way somebody's created, like this is like a beautiful charm from that I
Oh,
love in
Oh, that is
18 karat with like a
beautiful.
little
Right.
diamond in there and it says good luck. It's like a little good talisman to travel with. So I don't know,
Absolutely.
different attachments to this is all unheated sapphires. Looks like tanzanite, but it's
Oh, look at
sapphires.
that. Yeah,
wow.
That's
And then
gorgeous.
diamonds on the top.
I love it.
Yeah. So, I mean, and then this one, if I had not a lab diamond in this one, because I have a lot of non-lab diamonds, like that Cartier is a real diamond. Like they're
Damn
all real
girl.
diamonds, but it's a diamond from the earth, right? Instead of
Right.
created.
Mhm.
If this was a diamond from the earth, this would be a $30,000 diamond instead of a five
Oh,
Absolutely.
It
thousand dollar
would. Yes, it
diamond.
would.
So, that's
Absolutely.
$25,000 difference that makes it doable, and it's still expensive at that.
It
That's still
really
very
is.
expensive.
goodness
So,
gracious.
And
That's
it's
a little bit out of my price
yeah,
range. I was,
it's my
seriously.
husband probably thinks it's a little out of my price range. Wearing it.
Please.
So I'm dying to ask you, Jennifer. I come from a really long line of jewelers in Chicago.
You
My
do?
grandfather was a famous jeweler on Jewelers Row on Wabash in Chicago, and he
Wow.
did a lot of great pieces. So obviously, me and Mo, I think we are sisters from another mister. We both love jewelry. As someone, you're designing your own line, you've been working with these materials. Do you have a medium that you prefer, that you gravitate towards? I see a lot of gold today, see some diamonds, see some mixed metals. Are you more of a metals girl? Are you into stones, a combination? What's your favorite?
I mean, for me, like, well, I'm actually not at this point designing. I'm more like curating
Oh,
vintage
cool.
stuff than
Oh, I
designing.
love
But I have a
that.
lot of friends that are designing,
Love it.
that I love and I love to support and go check out. But
Yeah.
gold is sort of my jam. I love diamonds. Obviously, it's my
Hmm.
birthstone. I just had a birthday and it's
Yeah.
my
It looks
birthday.
beautiful on your skin tone, so that's
Gold,
great.
thank you. And it kind of works with the blonde. I
Absolutely.
mix
mhm.
metals, silver, gold, platinum, the whole thing. I
Love it.
like chunky golds.
Yeah.
Your skin does start to react to those things. So, we all have to be a little careful. I think people don't realize that you can even have, and your family will know this being jewelers, you can have reactions to all kinds of metals,
Oh,
even
absolutely. It's
even
very
really high quality
chemical.
gold. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
And silver, even though it's so popular and it's a wonderful medium,
it is.
because of its ability to tarnish so
Yep.
quickly, the
Can
reaction you can
create
have in
the,
your skin.
yep,
Absolutely.
oils and the like, it just creates like little blemishes almost. So I do a lot of
Absolutely.
like, trying to clean the jewelry in between or do like tea tree on my skin because I noticed
Ah.
when I really started collecting and getting heavy into it, it was
Mhm.
almost like I got sunspots, but they weren't sunspots. They were from
No
the metal.
way.
Yeah. Yeah.
No kidding. Well, obviously, when your line
Worth it
eventually
though.
comes out, it is worth it.
Okay.
Nothing like a
Do you
good
hear
piece of
that?
jewelry. No.
That's my 10-year-old's phone and my husband or my 10-year-old's calling. Hang on. Can you wait a
That's
second?
Absolutely.
hysterical.
Or you can
Yes.
listen.
Hysterical.
That is
Hello?
funny.
Of course.
I thought it was Mo. I should have come off in the corner.
That's my child's ringtone. Your phone is ringing.
I'm innocent.
Not completely,
No,
Mo.
For
it's my
the
child.
moment,
It's
For the
innocent.
officially
moment.
my child. I'm sure someone's gonna get pissed off, but hopefully not. It's all in good fun. And that's just one day it started doing that, and my little boy put that on. I don't know. He got it from some podcast or something, then he was able to download it or not podcaster, influencer, like a TikTok or a
Mhm.
YouTuber. I don't know. You guys tell me what I'm talking about because I'm a little older than all of you.
I
So,
I come from the same era. You're like only a couple years older
Am
than
I
me.
only a couple years?
I'm
You
the
look so
Yeah,
young.
youngest.
because you were born like I think I remember you born in 74. Yeah. So 76 here. So
Oh, wow. I would have
yeah.
thought like 80s.
Looking good, ladies.
Yeah.
Looking
I
good.
mean, hey,
Wow.
it's
Yeah, I turned 51 yesterday.
Oh my
oh
gosh, happy
my goodness.
birthday.
Happy
Happy birthday.
birthday.
That's
Thank
Yes.
amazing.
you.
We
Yeah.
gotta
Yeah.
sing to you.
Yes, we
Uh-oh.
do.
Oh my goodness. But yeah, when I met you in Toledo at Fantasticon there, I was like, oh my God, I didn't know because I met Claudia Wells and I met Joey Lauren Adams there. And I was like,
That's sweet.
they're still pretty, but they've aged a little bit. I was like, I'm very curious to see how Jen's gonna look because from Kendra to today, and
Yes, I
I'm
was
like,
such a
oh my
baby.
God, you didn't change even a little bit.
Oh my God, you're so kind. And my husband, though, definitely today was like, "You do look young." Because all the mommies that I'm friends with are like 38 to 42, because that's kind of the age. Who's shutting up? I see things on the bottom.
Morgan is shutting up for some reason. I don't know
Okay.
why.
Okay. You don't have to shut
Listen,
up.
when Morgan lets go, we have to put it behind a paywall
Oh.
Well,
because it gets
she
it
was
gets
telling, I said I was biting my salty tongue, and she's like, unbite it. So she said, I'm going to shut up.
uh
There's more people. I
yes.
didn't meet some of
Abby's
these
a little
people.
quiet tonight.
Yeah, there were some quiet people, but that's
You know,
okay.
I
Some
I
quiet
always
people.
err on this side. I'm usually one of the more quiet ones, just unilaterally.
Yes,
Just taking it in.
just to introduce you to everybody, you know me, we've met, but this is Hurricane Abby who just spoke. She is author of The Year of Dating Myself, coming out from Simon and Schuster in July.
Huh?
Ooh.
Just our salty historian, Hurricane Mary, writer of women's history and an oral traditionist of great capability. We got Hurricane Jen, Celtic singer virtuoso,
Wow.
um, also film composer. If you happen to know of any projects,
Okay.
yeah.
Oh,
Hurricane Morgan over here by keeping her silence over here for once in her lifetime. Yes,
Oh, we
our
love when she
she is
speaks.
she's the baby of the show,
Yes.
the accountant, and also our accountant too.
Oh,
So
wow. Nice.
yeah,
Perfect.
yeah.
I love it.
May 2026. All right, I'll shut it up.
That's your graduation date.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Really?
This,
Mhm.
Baby.
yes, 33 years old, right?
Okay.
Yes,
Wow.
insanely young.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even younger than most of the mommies that my son's children or my son's, friends or the parents. There's a couple young moms like you, your age, but mostly they're like turning 40. So you are very young. And they seem young.
Yeah.
Like,
Shout out to
yeah.
us millennials.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey.
Well, you met my kid at the Fantasticon. She was there with me.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. You're is that your kid summoning you again?
It's my son's phone again. It was he's not calling now. Now he's got a group of children that he's on a chat with a bunch of girls, mostly all
Mm.
girls and him, and they're called the Zesty Besties.
Now, why did we not think of that? We Here we are being hurricane girls. Like, we could have been the zesty besties here. Oh my gosh.
I know it's
Amazing.
very cute, and they're all 10. I mean, it's like 9 and 10. They're amazing. But I'm not sure how he ended up on the girls' chat. Somehow, every day now he's on with the girls, which is great. I love that he's sensitive and
Mhm.
friends with all of them, and that they feel close enough to him for that.
I knew some other boy that used to do that when they were
Huh?
young. Yeah, turned out to not be a boy, but
This one, I would be fine with whatever makes him happy or her
mm,
happy if he was a her. But this one's a boy. This one's trying to get all kinds of things going. I don't know. I
okay.
mean, this one's a boy with a, and yeah,
Mm.
yeah. There's like all kinds of like dating activity going on, way too young for my
Oh
taste.
gosh, mine are 13. My
Oh,
daughter who you met and my stepdaughter is also
yes.
13, and
And what's
and there's
happening?
yeah, there's so much happening, and I'm so thankful that they're both lesbians because
I'm sure it would be
yeah.
easier for the parents anyway. Some of these girls, like one came over last year for and this is going off subject here, but hey, why not?
We don't
Okay,
have a
this
topic
needs
here.
to
It's okay.
stop and I can't stop it. I'm gonna put it under a pillow. Um It's still going. Oh my God. So one little girl came over for a play date, and this was last year. They're fourth grade now. This is third grade. And I mean, this is such innocent stuff, but my son was the one who was like interested, but like, hey, let's, take it slow. And this one wanted to smooch. And so said, well, can we start on the cheek and then move here? And so I know he's
I
very
like the idea of consent being obtained first. That's
I love that the girl's getting consent from the guy. It's
right, right.
hilarious. And like they're very forward group we've got. But yeah, I mean they had their first Valentine dance, which was so cute. And they loved it so much they're gonna do a end of the year dance. And they're also accepting of each other. Like I think whatever any of them would want to be, every single one of them would be cool. There's some furries in his class
Mhm.
that wear tails and ears,
Yeah.
and they're supportive.
I
The
found that here in
school,
Ohio. Well, like
yeah,
I didn't know that was a thing in
That's
high
a thing
school.
now. They have furries in elementary school.
Yeah.
yeah,
Oh my
Yeah.
goodness, the world is changing so
it
fast.
is. I'm telling you, like imagine like I'm a Gen Xer, my husband's a boomer. He's like his head's like, like, he
I
doesn't know
I
what
What do
to
I
you
do.
just
mean
thought
George
about
has a
that.
tail?
I just thought about Michael
What?
being a boomer because every time I imagine him in my head, he's
Yeah.
that naked guy in Terminator.
Totally running and
Exactly.
picking up,
Right.
some homeless guy's like jacket, to cover up. But
Right,
like,
right.
and no, he's, and so, I think sometimes his head's kind of going like, huh? What? Okay. But then he does, boomer stuff too with the kid that I have to like run in and be like, no, don't say that. You can't say that to him. So
Oh my gosh.
I know my
Yeah.
friend once said to me, "Well, that's what you get for I can't say it. That's what you get. You know where I'm going for procreating with a boomer."
Yeah. Sometimes I think there should be a law, but you know, no, it's not going to happen as much into the future,
No,
fortunately.
I
But
mean, there's a few left that have some age. One kid, this one little girl, her mom's really young, and the dad's a boomer. She's even younger than me. She's like 15 years younger than me, and the dad's a boomer. So there's a few of
oh
them.
wow.
Yeah, that's an even bigger
How
difference.
much difference is between you and him?
Me and Michael have like 18-year difference, 17 and a half years.
Okay.
Met when
But
I was
you've
like
been,
20.
yeah, I was gonna say you were super young, I
Yeah,
think.
when we met and he was like
Yeah.
39 or 38 and a half, turning 39. But oh my God, this is the chat. This is the girls' chat. These are the girls talking.
Oh my God.
Every time you hear that, they're
That's
talking.
amazing. Oh, I think yeah,
They're not
I
home yet. That's why I'm not like, oh, I have to get off this second. I was asking because I thought they were gonna come in and like blow up
and then you got to
the
be the mom and do the mom things.
yes,
Yeah.
yes.
I hear
But
that. Yeah. And usually my kids when they come in, they just walk past me and go back to the back room.
like the
And
teenage time, right?
yeah,
He's not quite
the
there, almost.
they're just like, I need to go and be on TikTok or I need to be
Mhm.
on video chats with my friends.
Yeah.
I'll see you when you make me eat dinner.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you force me to eat dinner. Yeah.
Oh God. Oh gosh.
Or
Oh
or
Lord.
God help me when I force them to go get a shower.
I know. Oh,
Uh,
Lord. This one still likes his baths, so I'm very happy about that. All of that.
I love I don't know if my kids are in the chat right now. One of my my daughter's moderator for our YouTube chat, but and I don't know if she mind me telling this or not, but I'm gonna do it anyway. Her and her sister were back in their room. I do work back there. I work from home, and
Mhm.
I came in one morning to do work, and they had the door closed, and it smelled like it was the heat wave that just came over me because they had the thing shut off from the
Oh,
air, and then it was total teenage smelled like Teen Spirit in there, let's put it that way.
oh boy.
Yeah,
Oh
I was
boy.
like, no, get up, go,
Oh
go.
boy. Yes.
Yes.
Time to bathe. Yeah, no, we've had definitely even at a 10 those moments where it's like, oh my God, just get in there. Get into
Mm.
that room right now.
It's good to know that Hollywood parents have the same struggles.
I've been watching the
Seriously.
Baldwins. Have you been watching the
I
Baldwins? I've
haven't,
been really
no.
enjoying it. And it's like the same stuff. The same
Hmm.
stuff that we go through here in Hollywood and that they're going through in New York, Hollywood. So it's just that they have seven of them, seven children, seven young ones that they're running after. But yeah, we had met him at a signing, and my son was really into him from Beetlejuice, and so
Oh
he signed
yeah.
something for him, for Dashiell. Dashiell was really excited, and then Michael and him were chatting, and he came over and he was talking to all of us and took selfies and whatever. And so when I saw the show come up, I was like, "He's so nice. Let's watch it." And I've really been enjoying it.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I don't even know where to look for it. It's
I think it's on Prime. I want to say it's on Prime or
okay.
Apple. It might be on both Apple TV and Prime. I don't know where it started, but you can look on maybe Amazon Prime.
I'm sure I can find it there.
You'll be
But
able to find it.
so I mean, like, are you thinking about? You haven't done much TV in a while. Like,
No, I'd love to go back to TV. If something comes my way that I don't know, I'm like kind of the thought that I want to create some stuff. I'd like to field some offers. And I know that's a big ask because they like everyone to come in and read or get on tape and read now. But we'll have to see it. It depends on what it is and if I feel that I must have this job and I know that this is supposed to be mine, I might do that. Otherwise, I'd like to do it a different way.
what's your favorite thing that you've worked on so far? I know it's like asking you to choose which
Now
job you
they're
like
home.
best.
They're home.
Uh,
Friends till the end. Oh, the dog's here too.
well, hey,
Oh,
doggy.
that's Cowboy. Oh, he just came and took his bye-bye. um,
Friends till the end.
Friends till the end was amazing.
Yeah.
I'm just being interviewed on a podcast. I'm almost done.
Yeah.
Was everything okay? You
I
were,
took him out to get something to eat.
oh, you
I
did.
forgot your mom's thing.
That
You
is
forgot my mom's thing, and
Calories
did you pick
here
up, were you
now.
able to pick up my
I was
pharmacy item?
eating dinner on, no,
Okay, I'll go get it.
I was already way past that.
Way past Gelson's. I'm gonna have to go drive to Gelson's.
Is that
It's
Michael in the background or one of the boys?
that's Michael and that's Dashiell right there.
Hello. Hi.
That was Michael and that's Dashiell.
Terminator.
Yeah.
Cameo on the Hurricane Girls.
Dashiell, they've been hearing your phone linging.
I appreciate it. I know you've got to go and I know you got to take care of your business there, but I really appreciate you making time for us and
Thank you. I'm sorry it
being
was so
so
dramatic
gracious.
with me not being
No, you're fine. It's
tech
live TV.
savvy.
You've experienced live TV before, so I mean,
Yes. This is all
stuff
fine. This is
happens.
all good. Thank God you got to me in my email. We're good.
Yeah. Well,
Thanks,
thank you for
guys.
joining us, and everybody, Jennifer Blanc-Biehn, thanks for joining us,
Thank
and
you.
we hope we'll catch you on your Instagram live selling some jewelry.
Yeah, and text me. Bye.
Will do. Bye. All right. So we that was Jennifer Blanc-Biehn. I'm going to show a clip for any of you in the audience who might just need to be reminded of some of the things she did. I meant to do this, but then I realized we had her for a very short period of time. So this is let me see if I can pull this here. And it's going to, of course, be an unsupported format. Yay, live TV. Yeah. I'm not going to show you a clip because the clips aren't working. Huh.
Technology is no
surprise.
one's friend.
There's an energy in the air tonight. I'm telling you, nothing's gonna work.
Listen,
The devil is a liar. It will work. Oh, sorry, Chinky.
one thing that always works is us together.
Amen.
Amen.
Yeah. So yeah, that was kind of a smash mouth interview there. She wasn't able to really she wasn't able to get through because I didn't provide the email link there. And then she didn't have as much time as I thought she was going to have, but that's okay because the rest of the time is just for us.
That was
Yeah.
cool though.
It
It
was
was, and it
cool.
was so kind of her to even just spend a few moments with us and just be her authentic self. I really appreciate that.
Oh, listen, when she says text me, that's what she means it.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, she means it. I within 5 minutes of having met her, having had her sign an autograph and everything, and then going on to the next fan, I figured, I'd text her. She gave me her contact information when I asked her about Hurricane Girls. I figured I'd text her. I figured I'd either get a response back in a couple of days or not at all.
Right.
I texted her, and 30 seconds later.
No, really?
Yes. It was literally right away. She's like, "Absolutely. I'm glad to do it. Let's set up a time." And I was like, I'm not used to this. Usually everybody makes me email back and forth.
Mm.
But
Right.
she's the real deal. She's definitely in just we've had this offhanded conversations like when she had surgery on her eye recently. And I
Oh,
was like, "How you doing? How you doing?" She's like, "I'm doing great. Thanks for checking in on me." And it's like, very much not like we just, were in the house of, you know, Hollywood,
yeah.
basically,
So Sheila,
Hmm.
what do you think your ringtone is in her phone?
Don't know.
Good one, Mary.
I'm scared to ask
Mm.
now. Listen, if it is not, oh, Sheila, let me love you.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah, that's my go-to in karaoke too.
Really? That's sweet.
Yes.
I love that.
Hmm. What, like, we need a karaoke night at Hurricane Girls.
Yes.
Jen would blow us all out of the water,
Oh, I don't
obviously,
know
but
about that.
yeah.
I bet there's some hidden talents there. Mo likes to sing too.
Oh, listen, Mo is a good singer.
Uh-huh.
The only one I don't know about is Abby because Abby likes to keep her talents in a bushel basket,
Well, seriously,
hidden
unless you see
down.
it in her background
I
Right.
and you call her out.
I mean, one of my
Yeah.
favorite things to do, especially on karaoke night, is I do Journey's "Don't Stop Believing" because I'm a
Yes.
contralto, and especially as I've gotten older and like accepted the fact that I have a lower, like just
Hmm.
lower register, fucking belt that shit out. No one expects the quiet girl who ain't saying shit all night suddenly singing "Don't Stop Believing."
I'm here for it, Abby,
Yeah.
all day, every day. I would love to see that shit.
I
Love it.
honestly a Renaissance woman, let's be real. All of y'all, really, but
Thanks,
like
Sheila.
all of y'all have so many talents there. You stop shaking your head right now, Mary. I know you got some in you.
And
But I mean,
everyone
if you want to
sounds
talk about
great.
singing, I did sing the national anthem at Tiger Stadium several years ago with a group of us.
Hell
So there is
yeah.
that.
Listen,
Little pussy cameo.
Morgan, I don't know if you mean for us to hear you, but I can't hear you.
Oh, I was singing the national, the Star Spangled Banner, hyping
Uh,
Mary up behind the scene.
right.
No, no, you
No.
need to sing America the Beautiful because it was written by a woman and she was a lesbian.
Oh,
Damn,
beautiful.
Mary, I
And
didn't know
I got
that.
Her name was
beautiful.
Catherine Lee Bates. Catherine Lee Bates, and she's actually in my
Oh,
2025 Salty Historian calendar. And she was pro-immigration, she was pro-woman, she was a suffragist. She set up
Listen,
organizations to help immigrants and women, and she wrote the lyrics that became America the Beautiful. And she was a lesbian. She was with her partner Catherine Coleman for 34 years.
oh my
But
God.
that is why we've never heard of who wrote it. We hear, is it I don't remember who. Francis Scott Key is the, I don't care. That's Star Spangled
That's
Banner.
the
Fuck,
Star
yeah,
Spangled
fuck that
Banner.
But
guy. Yeah.
yeah,
This punk
we're
ass.
never going to hear about her. And if the people who love that song and play it at their rallies actually knew history, they would hate that song and we would never hear it again.
Right.
Because
I
America
see
the Beautiful
Morgan.
was held up. Oh, yeah, it was held up as a plea and a prayer to America to do as they had represented themselves. I think that's what the quote was. And if,
hmm.
it was, hey, show us how great you are. Don't just tell us. Clearly, we still don't do that. Anyway,
Hmm.
sorry. Salty historian. That's why I'm salty.
Why would you be sorry about that?
You
Can
always
There's no
I
need to
reason
say
to be
salt with
sorry
your
about
I
that.
cake.
get, I go off. I get so excited. And if you ask
We
me
want
about
you to
anybody,
go
I'll just
off.
go
We
off.
love this.
Oh my God.
Absolutely. Everybody needs some salt with their steak, honey. Come on. We need
period.
a
Can I
salty
say this?
lady.
Go ahead and sing it, Morgan. Let's hear it.
Yeah, and plus I got a rainbow dress on, so
I was gonna say
Let's go,
I'm
Mo.
tasting the rainbow over here. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna sing.
Y'all gonna make me choke to death.
Never.
Absolutely never. Okay. Oh, beautiful for special skies for so for purple mountains majesty. Oh,
Oh, I know she's
say
hitting that
where
note.
oh, miracle, God shed his grace on thee and crown thy good work good from sea to shine.
I
Yeah,
love it. I love it. I just hate Zoom for cutting out those high notes.
Seriously.
Yeah, like
oh,
But you have
yeah.
such a sweet voice, Morgan. I
No, but
love it.
I could tell the from the part the 75% that it left in. Yeah. You've got a voice on you.
She sure does.
boo! Zoom, stop hating on black girl magic. That's my bad. I'm gonna have to, you know what? If
I'm
y'all
telling
want some,
you.
you know what? I'm gonna have to hit this on TikTok, but I'm gonna sing the national Negro anthem, and then I'm gonna sing America the Beautiful.
Hell yes.
Yes.
I'm here for it.
Do it, download it, let me play it on this show. I'll do
Oh my
it for
God, wouldn't that be
sure. Yeah.
amazing?
Yeah, shoot.
Yes.
Speaking of Black Girl Magic, Mo, have you tried that wine? It's been in Trader Joe's for a couple of years now, but they call it Black Girl Magic. I saw it in Walmart the other day too, and I'm like, I want
Do
to
what
try
now?
it, but with a name like that, is it going to be sweet? Is it going to be rich and dark? Is it going to be sparkly? I was like, I wonder. So I'm saving it for a special occasion.
Do what now? A wine at Trader Joe's, my second favorite grocery store, where I have to get my fix and have to drive either from the Woodlands to River Oaks and
Oh, shit.
where is it? Nope, I'm gonna have to make that
Seriously.
drive. I'm gonna make that drive on
For Black
Thursday.
Girl Magic.
I'm gonna make that drive because I'm gonna be in the area because I gotta go to a networking event. I'm gonna find it. Somebody cash
Yeah.
at me so I could try it and then
Yeah.
we'll
And
I
find out.
got you.
send me a pic if you find it. I'm wondering, has anyone tried it? Anyone?
No.
No? I want to try it, but I'm scared. I don't want to like
I
I've formed my own conclusion. I'm such a wino. I've formed my own conclusion in my head what it's going to taste like. And if it falls short of it or it's different, I don't want to be disappointed. It's such a great name, you know?
right, right. No, I would have to at least go for two bottles at once. That's me. Like, no, I'm this is the type of alcoholic I am. Like if I uncork a bottle, you can't just pour a glass and then put it back in. It's not going to be good anymore. I have to finish the bottle.
Ah.
Got to finish the bottle. And if I get through the
Uh-huh.
first bottle, time for the second bottle.
Right.
That's the kind of drunk I am. So I've been sober for 2 years and 2 months. So
Hell yeah, girl. Good for
yeah,
you.
yes. But we just had 420 too.
On
Yeah.
Easter of all days, too.
Yeah. 420 on Easter. Yeah. It's
Isn't that funny?
right. You go hunt for the eggs. I'll smoke the grass. Yeah. Yeah.
Smoke weed every day.
This is my first 420 not partaking though. I wasn't being principled about it. I just forgot, which is probably about the most pothead thing you can do.
Right.
It's like
Truly.
I forgot to smoke today. Damn.
So
Oh my
funny.
God. Seeing all y'all here right now. It is the top of the hour. It is great seeing all these smiles and um everybody here. We've had a great first hour. Kind of a little bit of a crash through, but hey, we're this is our station. This is our podcast. We do it how the fuck we want to, when the fuck we want to. But I do have a couple of things I want to cover here at the top of the hour. You are listening to Hurricane Girls. This is I'm Sheila Chappelle. I'm here with Abby Rosemarin, with the Salty Hurricane Mary, Hurricane Morgan, Hurricane Jen Lennon, and saying hey, shout out to Hurricane Sim and Hurricane Jessica, who are out sick tonight, and Hurricane Evie out on work. So we miss y'all, love y'all. Happy to see everybody there in the chat there. Andy B is in the chat. We have John Quia. We have Hurricane Morgan in the chat. Everywhere, everywhere. Yeah. So it's good if you're here watching this on YouTube, hit that chat. Send us questions or whatever, or just random shit you want to talk about. Patreon.com/Hurricane Girls. It's apparently gone up to $9 now for the subscription. So, hey, still you get us. What do you want? But also, I wanted to point out that on April 26th, the Creator Accountability Network will be having their fundraiser. If you go to their website, creatoraccountabilitynetwork.org, they will be live broadcasting from 6 till I think 10 p.m. And it'll be our sister shows facing off against each other. Whoever gets the most donation gets to torture the other one. We'll have people from Cognitive Dissonance, people from God Awful Movies, Scathing Atheist. We'll have opening arguments there, and all the other big podcasts from the Creator Accountability Network family. We are getting certified. I don't know if you, Morgan and Jen, have gotten any communication about when you're going to be going through the certification. So
Yeah.
good. Mary, that they should have sent something to you too. Me and Abby already been through it there, and so if we do anything fucked up tonight, feel free to narc on us by going to creatoraccountabilitynetwork.org. And seriously, if we cause any damage, we want to be called out on it so that we can make it better and keep our community safe. That's one thing I pride myself on, is that Hurricane Girls community is an open, welcoming community where people who come in and are only willing to give us 15 minutes turn out to stay for a whole hour. So, safe space. Um, and I'm appreciative for all of you who make this a safe and warm and welcoming place. I know it's a lot of us had a hard time getting into the mode for tonight. And I understand, as we all have our worries and concerns right now. It's a really shitty time in history. Um, there's not anything we can do about it tonight except be here and be women and be loud about it and enjoy our fucking selves and hug each other close. Because so big hurricane girls hug to everybody and to everybody out in the audience. Um, I don't have a glass, so I can't do cheers, but cheers to all of y'all. Um, we should probably talk about who we got coming up on the show. I just got a text from Marie Willa, who we have booked on the show, and she said, I can't believe the amazing guests you have on the show. I don't feel like I'm worthy of being on the show, and I'm going to have to fix this shit soon, because Marie is one of my very favorite people. Marie Willa, trans woman extraordinaire, scheduled to be on our show on May 20th. May 13th, we'll be talking to your friend, Jennifer Reeder,
Yes.
director extraordinaire, and we'll be talking about her movies. On May 6th, we'll be talking to Misbehaved Women's own Left Jess. I was on their podcast last Sunday, and let me just take a moment to say thank you to the Misbehaved Women podcast, to Jess, to Melly, to Amanda, and they have a 3 hour podcast, y'all,
Oh my
and
God.
I mean, you'd think it is long, but it was fun. We had a good time. I enjoyed it very, very much. And next week, Kimberly Collier, the wonderful, incredible, hilarious Kimberly Collier, will be here with us. So we've got a full month worth of amazing stuff coming up in July. We'll be visiting again with Miss Emily, and also somebody, somebody on our panel will be releasing a book. Who that is, I've no fucking idea. It's not me. Yeah.
I don't know.
We never talk about her. She wasn't the first guest on our show this year or anything at all. Our own Abby Rosemarin will be releasing The Year of Dating Myself, and we will on that first Tuesday of July, we're going to spend time simply talking about that book and getting to know it again. And then the week after that, y'all gonna be reading that shit.
Mm.
So yeah. And audiobook, do we have an audiobook? Do we know if that's happening?
So it is part of the contract. I think I imagine there might be a little bit of a wait and see because that is I think a little more labor intensive, but I hope that happens. And honestly, it'd be cool if I get to do my own audiobook.
I want that. I need that. We're manifesting that right now.
Right?
Everybody
Some
manifesting that
positive
into the
Hurricane
manifestation.
universe.
Juju.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes. So we've got a great lineup for y'all going into the summer. It's hard to believe the summer's on its way. And I'm here, our kids going on spring break and everything, and it's just been a wild year. I look back at through the shows that we've had and I'm thinking, how in the hell am I ever going to create a best of episode for when we go on holiday? Because I've got so much material to choose from all our different shows and from our guests who are now our loved ones and everything that we've just done has been amazing. So welcome to hour number two of Hurricane Girls. It's Girls Club. We're here just to talk, just to think, just to go ruminate over things. I don't want to spend too much time on the negative stuff because we've got a lot of negativity to talk that we could talk about. There's popes dying
Hmm.
and
Being
all
murdered.
kinds of
Sorry.
crazy shit.
Being murdered. Oh, come
I
on.
mean, I'm just saying,
Have you all
Now they
seen
can
the
put in a
movie
puppet pope.
Conclave?
see
You got
what?
to see Conclave.
I have not.
It is, oh my God, you guys would love it. Like, it's very true to the historical tradition of selecting a pope. But
Hmm.
what it's so intriguing, and there's a twist that I know y'all ladies would love. Like, it completely unexpected, and nobody saw this coming. And it's great because there's wonderful characters, and it's very, very accurate. And what's really cool is being coming from a Jesuit family myself, and our poor lately deceased Pope Francis was a Jesuit as well, the first Jesuit pope, and it's all Jesuits are considered very liberal. So in the movie,
Hmm.
you see the conservative Catholics who kind of take on a villain role in this process, being like, oh, the liberals, the liberals. And you get to see these characters who are a lot like Pope Francis and some of the other Jesuits, like really fighting for reform and embracing, different walks of life. And there's conspiracy and all that jazz. And it's so interesting. And the funny thing is right now we're going through the process of a conclave. So I highly
Hmm.
recommend watching that movie. It was nominated for several Academy Awards. Isabella Rossellini did an amazing job as, as a nun in the picture. And it's just I could see salty Hurricane Mary really digging the historical relevance. But to not spoil things for our audience, Isabella Rossellini kind of saves the day in a way. Gotta check it out.
I just,
Interesting.
It's
I,
so cool. Oh, it's so cool.
Yeah, it's just the morning cost. I remember when the last pope unfortunately transitioned, and the morning, oh my God.
JP2, yeah.
Man, when I tell you, I had asked my cousin, because she lives in New Orleans. I grew
Mm,
up, although I grew up Baptist, I also grew up Catholic as well. And
interesting.
yeah, I grew up dual faith, and man, when I tell you Jackson Square was filled, I
Hell
mean,
yeah, it
filled with
was.
whether there were depending on what type of Catholic you were, whether you were or not, everybody was at Jackson Square just mourning the candles, like it was
Oh.
TDA list on this, Armies Day that. I was like, I'm like, child, the Catholic Church is gonna be grieving for a whole month, just like last time. It took a
Hmm.
while. It took a while for them to select Pope Francis, because honestly, we didn't know we was gonna have a black pope or him.
Hmm.
I'm trying to see if we're gonna finally have a black pope. Cause I'm like, nah, baby, I
No,
gotta see it.
everyone's always hoping for Desmond Tutu.
Hmm.
We'll see.
Yes.
I'm hoping there's one, he's the
Can
comma.
can can Idris Elba do it? Because I'd like him to be anything,
There'd be a
honestly.
lot of sinning going on
Yes,
if
there
Idris
would, and that would
Elba
be
was the Pope.
amazing.
We're all going
Child.
to hell if he's the Pope, or if
Are
there's
we
a
allowed
Pope
to
that
call
looks like
Father
him.
Daddy?
Not dead.
Yes.
Stop
Abby!
it,
Abby!
Abby. Abby.
Nomini, patri, fili, like the holy water's coming through the screen. Abby.
Where's my spray?
I'm
I got the
dead.
spray. I got the
See,
spray.
this is the whole reason we have Abby right here is for these random wild
Always the
out of
quiet
the
people.
blue. Yes.
See?
No.
Always the quiet people.
See?
Save
Abby,
it
I
for my
love you.
one-liners.
I love you, Abby.
See? I'm
Oh my
innocent.
God.
I don't always be the one cutting
Fair
up.
enough, Mo. It wasn't you this time.
It
Fair
wasn't
enough.
you, not this time.
Forgive me, Father,
Listen,
for I have sinned.
perhaps not ironically, it's been pointed out in our comments that there's a new Final Destination movie coming out, and I wonder if one of them is
Nope.
not Abby being struck by lightning.
Yeah, seriously,
Like,
Abby. Although it's funny on that
I'm going
topic.
to, don't
So
worry.
last year, things weren't as bad as they are now, but I was just really feeling the heaviness and the weight of the world. So I checked
Mhm.
myself into a Benedictine monastery, and I did my own
Oh wow.
like secluded retreat for like 3-4 days or whatever. And they offered, at the time, they were like, "Oh, do you want to have a private one-on-one with the abbots?" And now I had done my research on the monastery, didn't done my research on the abbots, because you can have like kind of like a counseling session or something. And I was hesitant too because I was the only woman in the monastery with like 30 men. But of course, everything's separated. It's a perfectly safe environment. So I was like,
Mhm.
I don't know. I looked online, and the abbot was, well into his 90s and stuff. And I thought, well, I don't know. Maybe I'll pass on this because I don't know if this abbot who experienced what the Catholic Church was at his age is the same way, I experience it as like a liberal Jesuit and a woman. I'm like, this might be a bad idea. So we go to like the 5 a.m. prayer, and I'm there. And then the brother who was escorting me goes, "Oh, here's the abbot." And he walks in. Oh my God, like my knees hit the floor. One of the most attractive men I've ever seen in my life, very young. And I was like, "Oh my goodness." And then the brother says to me, "Are you sure you don't want to meet with Abbott?" I'm like, "I absolutely do not want to meet with the Abbott because I'm going to be sitting there the whole time, like looking into his eyes, wondering about his history. Like, why would you choose this life and, not something else?" Oh my goodness. I was like, and I just narrowly escaped like a sinning moment. And I avoided that Abbott the whole time I was there for 3-4 days. I'm like, I would always look down when he would come in for prayer. I'm like, not gonna look at him.
I love it.
Man of
Some
God
of the
was
monks,
fine. That's
some of the
He
monks
fine.
was
be
really
pretty fire
fun.
though. Like I remember going into the Taoist temples in China, and
Mm.
some of the monks they could get it. Like literally, I'm like, how celibate are you? You
Is it on a
know?
sliding scale?
Right. Like
You
can
get
we
a day
work out
off each
a
week.
like there maybe work in an extra confessional or something because they're doing that kung fu shit, and I'm like, Daddy, don't stop that, Daddy. No, bad. We're all going to hell. We're
You
going to
are.
except the two on the bottom. The two on the bottom can go to heaven, but yeah.
Nope, no, thank you. I don't like the smell of fire and brimstone. I may have to sneak y'all in. I'm sorry, y'all gonna be contraband. I'm gonna
I
have to
was
negotiate with Jesus, like, Lord, but
That's a big butt right there, honestly.
I live by the
Like,
quote of dogma. God has a sense of humor. Just look at the platypus.
right.
Great line,
Me,
yeah.
I would be.
Great
Abby.
movie.
If Morgan would be like, you know what, Sheila's not that bad, and the Lord Almighty would be loading up the playlist of Hurricane Girls and be like, honey, no, and I'll be like, you know what, fair, it's fair. I'll be down there.
Or maybe St. Peter will get a look at it and just start cracking up and being like, "Okay, finally someone said it."
I
St.
mean,
Peter would be like, finally someone had the courage to say what I couldn't." You never know.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm a big like Lord, and there I'm like in Sheila's defense, she defended me, she made sure I was okay. I mean, she looked after me And I'm the chosen baby.
You are
Please.
my chosen baby. Yeah.
Kind of made me choke up there for a minute, Mo.
I
Stop.
know.
Cut that shit. Cut that shit
Look,
out.
I was having a moment because I've been it's just too much good stuff said about me tonight. I need to be a hellion for the rest of the night.
No.
Raise some hell the rest of the evening.
Yeah.
Oh Lord. Look, I'm trying not to crash out. Matter of fact, I need to go back in the pool and be baptized in the water again. I'm like, I seen too much crazy stuff yesterday. I'm like,
What you
no,
just need is a contact with purple eyes.
no,
No.
no, 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 no. Cause see, last time we not gonna.
My
Last,
eyes are blue right now.
yes,
Okay.
your eyes are blue. Yeah, I know I'm talking to no, because last time somebody had snuck in, and I'm like,
Didn't sneak in. I let him in. I'm big on possession.
help
Morgan
me,
is
Father.
Goodness, Morgan's losing her shit.
right, and her religion too.
Nah, nah,
That's
nah.
Morgan in the corner. That's Morgan in the
I was just
spotlight.
going to say that, Sheila, one of the
Yep,
most amazing songs of the
it
90s.
is.
REM, Losing My Religion.
Yeah. Wait, Greg said that Mary had already declared she was going to be driving the bus to hell.
That's right.
So
I'm bringing the graham crackers. I just need Hershey's and some Reese's cups and some marshmallows because we'll be sitting at the
I'm
deepest pits of the
so
hottest
there with the
fires.
Reese's cups. I've got the Reese's cups. Yes, that's happening.
When people ask me where I'm going, I say to hell if I don't change my ways.
Mm,
So I have to tell you, Jen, you were talking about going to the sorry, I
the
almost had a heart
monastery.
attack. Yeah, because I did a story about Trotsvita of Gandersheim, the first woman historian who was also an abbess. And
Oh,
I was going to look for my thing to tell you that, and I couldn't get it to open. And I was like,
no.
oh shit. Like if none of my documents will open, that's an entire 3 years of work. So it finally opened
No.
up. So I got it, but I switched from Microsoft Word to Open Office because it
Oh,
was giving me
good,
shit. And
good.
now I'm like, oh my God, what if I lost all that? So
It's
no,
because it's all the things we were talking about. All of a sudden, nothing's working in this
no.
episode.
Oh
And
my
You
Mercury's not even in
gosh.
the microwave.
right. Morgan, John Quee in the chat was trying to remind you of the logging truck scene in Final Destination.
We do
And
not talk about, y'all trying to get me to crash out. We do not talk about
Collective
that.
trauma.
that
We
is
do not
trauma.
talk about, listen, I'd rather y'all talk about the Johnson family, but you know what, no, not even that. We don't talk about, we do
Wait,
not talk about Bruno. We
I
do
got the
not.
feeling I got the feeling looking at Jen's face that she's not seen Final Destination.
But don't. I mean,
Don't,
I got through the first few
don't,
minutes of the first one and I was like,
oh,
what?
this, yeah, this is,
don't,
No.
don't,
see, I live in the beginning of nowhere, New Hampshire, where there's a lot of logging, so a lot of
don't.
logging trucks, and it is truly, and I will say out loud, not today, Satan, and I would switch lanes because no.
No, there's a scene. It's in Final Destination. Remember, this came out in the fucking 90s.
Oh
Where
yeah.
and the guy is driving behind the logging truck with the long logs on it, and the log comes off the truck and into his windshield, and that's how he gets to meet his end
Oh my
there.
God.
But ever since then, all of us millennials and Gen Xers, every time
No,
we're driving and there's a logging truck up ahead, oh no, no, no,
hell no.
no,
Not
no,
There
today,
was
no.
Satan, not
there was
today.
actually one in Houston. I was blowing the horn and I was like, move the line, move. Literally, the drivers they couldn't say they would slow down. I'm like, no. I did that to Houston. I'm like, no, everybody get out my way. Cause no, 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 no.
Whoever scripted that scene, they deserve to go to hell. Like
Yes.
this, like they
From
put that in
business
our.
class.
There's
They
some real
put
trauma
that.
here. My
Yes,
goodness. And now I'm curious to see it, but now I'm like,
No,
ooh,
you
should I
don't.
open that
You
can of
will
worms?
never be able to
I
drive behind a logging truck again.
Or any
I
truck. How
was
about that?
I was in college at the time it came out, I believe, and then I was I was dating a girl who was a senior in high school, and this is our first date, and I was like, "Where do you want to go?" It was like, "Okay, let's go to the movies. What movie do you want to see?" And she did that thing. The thing, I don't
Mhm.
know. I don't know. What do you want to see? I don't want. I
Of
had to
course.
pick, so I picked Final Destination. I saw it there. It was like right, like eeny, meeny, miny, Final Destination,
Mhm.
and so I thought, okay, cool, horror movie. We'll cuddle up a little bit, you know. And then first thing that happens in there is that there's a whole bunch of students going on a school trip, and the plane takes off, fucking blows up in the middle of the air.
Ah,
And after that, I noticed she didn't talk to me the rest of the movie.
oh my
And
goodness.
afterwards, she was just like, "Take me home." And I'm like, "What's wrong?" And she's like, "I'm going on a school trip next week." And I'm like, I had no idea. And I never saw her again.
Oh,
Final Destination fucked up a relationship for me.
It was the final
seriously.
destination
Oh,
for that
Yes,
relationship.
it was. It was. And oh my God, I just like, okay, bye. But yeah, I
Oh,
can't fault you for that because that was fucked up.
my goodness. Yeah,
So,
like how do you come back from that? That's difficult. Yeah.
this is why we don't
yeah.
talk about Bruno. We don't talk about Bruno, and the book is never about Jackson. You see why? Do y'all see why?
Uh,
Preach, preach, mama.
oh no. The Greg from the chat is talking about Ghostbusters, the animated series.
Oh my
Um,
God.
the
Yeah.
episode where they
That was
went
an
to
animated
hell,
series.
and Ray stance in that episode had a great line about how it's a nice place. I've always been told I should come visit.
You know what? You
That's
know what?
hilarious. I didn't realize there was an episode where they went to hell. My God.
The Ghostbusters cartoon was fucking unreal. It was
Seriously.
amazing because they had like writers before they became writers, like
Ah.
these famous writers who eventually went on to do bigger stuff. And yeah, that some of those episodes are some of the best cartoons I've ever seen.
I'm
Oh
gonna
my
have to
gosh. I
find
have to
it.
go rewatch them all now.
Right? There's so much. I love Ghostbusters. Like the whole series. I I love the female Ghostbusters movie.
Did you say you do or don't?
I do unironically love that movie.
That's
And I
awesome.
love the fact that it still to this day pisses off the guys.
It
Oh,
was
it really
I.
does. It really struck a
Yeah.
note with them. Wow.
It
Touched
was
a nerve.
I.
And they're like, this is not funny. But if you watch the movie, they're acting exactly the same as the male Ghostbusters did in the first movie.
Hmm.
They're being pigs, they're being sexist, they're doing all
Absolutely.
the things that like everybody thinks like Bill Murray's character was so super cool. First Ghostbusters movie, Bill Murray's character, Dr. Peter Venkman, was a creep.
He
Yes, he
really
was.
was.
Mm-mm.
Yes, he was
Yep.
Major creep.
fucking almost rapist creep.
Yes.
Like, yeah, like, and just like, but the guys don't notice that. They're like,
Well, of
oh,
course not.
yeah, but then the girls come along with the movie and they're like, "Mm, it's, it's not the same.
Wait,
It's not the same."
didn't they have the original cast too? Because I think I seen it.
They did. The original cast made
Okay.
cameos through it.
Okay, I
And
did see it.
it was it's so funny because it's like almost like they're telling on themselves, the guys, because they're like, we don't want to see a movie full of girls. Like, I'm sorry, what would you rather stare at for 2 hours?
Yeah, right.
Would you rather
The
Yeah.
stare
women
at
that they're the
beautiful?
women that they're ogling over. It's not the guys. This is the
I
shit. This is why
understand.
this is why my column is called "Ask Me Why I'm Salty." I'm sorry. This shit pisses me off.
Like
So,
I mean, of course they're not your traditional beauties, you know. Melissa McCarthy is gorgeous, by the
And
way,
she's a
gorgeous and
goddess.
talented.
I love her
Yes,
so much. She's my pretend like best friend. one day. Like one day we will be best friends. I don't know how or when, but we will be best
I
friends.
I have 2 degrees of separation from Melissa McCarthy, so
You really?
yeah, I
No.
don't know that's not an impossibility. Let's put it that way.
Okay. Maybe we need to work some magic there.
Yeah,
Put it out in the universe. Get her on the show.
that would be amazing.
I would pee my pants literally.
Yes,
Pee my
I
pants
would. I think if we had Melissa McCarthy on this show, the whole panel would just be sitting here like,
in silence. Yeah.
We're not ready. We're
She'd
not
be like,
ready.
so what's up, ladies?
right.
Do you have a question for me?
If I was gonna get somebody from Ghostbusters 2016, Kate McKinnon would be right up there at the top too,
My
though.
God, so fun. She's funny
She's
too.
funny and she's fucking gorgeous, and she's a lesbian, so that's good too. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
I like my lesbians. Um, yeah, and it's just crazy there. Like, I've been seeing like She-Hulk came out a while back, and people like Disney posted it again on Facebook, and everybody's like, that show sucks. Yeah,
Hmm.
and I'm like, that's the most comic accurate thing Marvel has ever done.
There you go.
And
Remember when people were bitching about the ending? I'm like, I'm not even someone who reads comic books, and even I knew that that was true to the comic books. Like, come on.
yes, it was completely true to it, but they were just like, no, girls, ew, girls. I was in a video game shop one time, and this was when the Tomb Raider series was out.
Hmm.
And the shopkeep was telling one of the guys about the game. It's like, have you tried Tomb Raider? It's a beast mode game, and then he's like, nah, I can't play stuff like that. I have to, I'm a man. I'm a manly man. I have to play as a manly man. And I'm like, sir, what would you rather be staring at for 2 hours, for not 2 hours, 30 hours, however long it takes you to play the game? Would you rather be watching Laura Croft's ass or sweaty hunky muscle man?
Yeah, there you go.
And the thing of it is, they'd rather be staring at sweaty hunky muscle man.
Mhm.
Okay.
I've never understood like WWE. My
Yeah.
friends will fast forward through the women's matches. I'm like, no, those are the best ones. Those are the ones where they do the tricky flippy shit. Like,
They do really
and
phenomenal stuff.
they're gorgeous.
They are very
And
beautiful women.
you're fast forwarding through that to get to the sweaty, icky dudes.
I'm
Which
telling
There's
I'm
some
you,
I'm okay with the
they
sweaty, icky dude sometimes, to
there's
be
something
real. But
primal in there, something instinctual with men and be like, let's throw a bunch of sweaty, gross men in a ring and watch them beat the shit out of each other and have a grand old time?
I guess, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. It's
And
weird.
watch John Cena in his jorts.
Oh,
And
right.
yeah, sorry you're 50. Yeah, don't do that.
Please.
Oh my God. Y'all, I love sitting here talking with y'all. Y'all are amazing. It's just like I feel like we're on a wavelength here.
Oh yeah.
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 uh,
I really wish I could tell my story about work today. I really wish I could. I've texted some of y'all about this, but I met somebody who started something pretty amazing through work today, and it was a woman, and I'm sitting there the whole time like, you and fuck this NDA. Fuck this NDA.
Yeah.
Cause like
no,
Mm.
cause
don't,
like
no, don't
I'm
fuck
a
the
no,
NDA.
I'm like, I
Because
wish I
it'll
didn't
fuck you
have
in the
it.
end.
Because I'm like, I wanted to be like, you know what? We have this amazing podcast with these amazing women, and we'd love to talk to you, but god damn it. I have
Mm.
to be responsible. Fucking hell. Yeah, I love that too, Greg. Greg in the YouTube chat said they love playing Metroid because you don't know whether you're playing a woman or not until the end of the game.
Mhm.
There's a lot of
Hmm.
men pissed off by that.
Their
They're like, wait, what?
feelings.
I've been playing as a girl this whole time. Oh my God. Am I
I'm
trans? Am
telling
I
you,
gay? Hmm.
Oh my
I'm
goodness.
telling you, these
Married?
men These men, they do not like, see, men back in the day, they used to do stuff to impress us as corny as it was adorable. These dudes like each other, which isn't
Mhm.
They
bad,
do.
but it's kind of weird. It's not bad when it's your homeboys and it's natural and it's healthy, but it's to the point where it's like we can't stand women, no girls allowed, boys rule, and it's not like a man cave thing. It's like with everything. Some of them only tolerate women because they are not sexually attracted to men. But it's a lot of dudes walking around here, they don't like women, they don't respect women, they have no respect
No.
for men. They only use us because they're not sexually attracted to men. But I'm like, dude, just try it out. Try it out and leave us alone. I'm pretty
Right.
we're fine.
Well, seriously, because we don't want it neither. So all you
Yeah.
toxic masculinity, incels out there in the
Mhm.
world, okay, leave us alone because we ain't interested either. So come
Mhm.
on.
Mary, you got a really excited look on your face for a second there. What happened?
I found her.
Found who did you find? Oh,
I think it's
never
Beverly
mind.
yeah.
Okay. We'll talk more about
So
that
Mary,
later.
Mary will book her on the show.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, that's
Okay, and I just did you guys say something about I was sorry, I was reading, but like for some reason something popped out and I was like, do you remember the rhyme when we were kids that girls go to college to get more knowledge, boys go to Jupiter to get
Get
more
more
stupider?
stupid.
Yeah, pretty
Yes, I
Mhm.
much.
remember that.
yes.
There were some
Uh,
other
Sorry, go
ones
on.
too. Or, in those nursery rhymes, they were a little disturbing. Like they were kind of mean to the men. Like girls are made of sugar and spice and everything nice. Boys are made of snails, nails, and puppy dog tails. I remember seeing that in
Yes.
a really old nursery rhyme book as a kid,
mm,
and I was like, well, that's kind of mean.
I know, and I when I would hear that, I would think, you know what, this sucks to be a boy. Why would I want to be one? I like sugar and spice and everything nice.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah. And I mean, the other guys are just like, fuck it, I'm gonna go out and wallow in the mud.
There
But
you go.
I mean, not a lot of them care, but yeah, I would pay attention to stuff like that for sure.
Hmm.
And yeah. But I am of the current opinion that boys suck. That yeah,
Mm.
that guys girls rule, guys drool. But that's just me. I'm also not married or dating. So the funny thing about that is all this it takes is what is one to come by and I'm like,
Yeah, I'm bored.
"Ah, okay, hi, hi. Yeah, I know Morgan was kind of surprised one day when I was like, Morgan, I have a blue ribbon one to show you. Like like I have got a blue ribbon dick that I want to frame and put on the wall
Oh my
And
that
I
I want to
goodness.
show you.
and
Yes.
and I said eight
Oh,
out of 10.
Yes.
oh
Ain't
my
Morgan
goodness.
bad.
was like, but Sheila, I don't think and all you was too is like, but you don't go for men. I'm like, that one?
You better
Oh,
take it. You better
Yeah.
take
I
it.
was
But
gonna
there's a reason
say
why.
oh my
there turned out
goodness.
to be other things wrong with it, but
Hmm.
yeah, but yeah. But
And I was
just from
like,
the image alone.
Goodness.
Mhm. I showed Morgan. Morgan came back on the screen like,
Oh my God.
I had a flashback of somebody that it was a hammer. No, it was a crumb. It was a comeback. I'm like, well, brace for
God.
impact.
yeah.
Oh
I actually hit him up. He's doing good.
But then,
man. Just randomly, oh, I hit him up the other day.
Yeah,
but then I
yeah.
look around and I think, you know what? Girls are pretty awesome.
Yeah, girls
Like
are.
honestly, girls, they're soft and
Mm.
cuddly and yeah. Okay. I'm doing a show, right? Yeah.
You
I
see,
just shake it off.
you sit
Uh,
here over drooling about women, talking about girls of this, girls of that. And I'm like, are you talking about yourself or a girl you got a crush on or both? Either
I
way, I'm
mean,
fine.
ideally both.
See?
See, I just want my ideal couple would be just us two pillow princesses right here. You know, it's like out pillow princessing each other, I'm lipstick lesbians there. Did I shock you, Mary?
That froze on the best moment.
I forget
Yeah.
that I have no poker face. I'm over
I
here like,
don't
ooh, I
either.
found that, and ooh, I found that, and ooh, that's interesting.
I love it.
Just here
Yeah.
for the vibes.
Here for the vibes.
Plus, I just got a reminder to do my Korean lesson.
Korean. Wow.
Yes,
Mhm.
as a third language.
She's a smarty.
I like to learn for fun.
Polyglot.
I
Me
do
too.
research for fun.
Me
So I'm
too.
I'm enjoying Korean. It feels fun in my mouth. And if that's taken out of
Mhm.
context, I know it's
Mhm.
bad, but that's why I learned Spanish too. It was because
Yes.
of the word, it was because of restaurante, because we had to take exploring foreign languages when I was a kid. And like, so my Senor Scott was my first teacher, and he pulled out restaurante. And I was like, but that's just restaurant. He was like, exactly. You put an E in the end and say all the vowels. And then when he taught us to conjugate irregular verbs like ir, to go, voy, vas, va, vamos,
Mhm.
vais, van,
Yeah.
that was it. I was sold. I loved the irregular verbs. So now I'm doing Korean, and I'm finally learning how to write the Hangul alphabet and not rely on the Romanized version. Why am I going off
Hmm.
about this?
I don't know.
Because
Why not?
it's it's
I
just
love
I'm so
though.
excited.
I
Good for
love though,
you. That's
Mary,
awesome.
when you
That is
said
so
you felt
cool.
that Korean felt good in your mouth. I felt you imagining one of those BTS guys.
I
Oh
thought
my
we were going to
gosh.
get a comment from Mo or something. I'm like, I'm shocked.
I
Shocked.
I
mean,
just hung up my poster.
I mean,
I've got
honestly,
I've got,
Mhm.
honestly, I think learning a language overall is pretty cool. I don't feel like it's the same as singing in a different language, but
Oh my
it's still
God,
cool.
yes.
Yeah,
I
singing in a
mean,
different language is another experience
That's
in
the whole
itself.
thing.
It's really cool.
yeah, speak.
Acting in a different language is definitely a hard thing too, especially when you're having to say
Oh,
lines that you don't know what you're saying.
Right,
right.
Yeah,
right.
my Chinese is I'm not super fluent in it, but I did a good enough I did good enough to get parts in movies, and they would hand me these lines, and they'd be like they'd spell it out phonetically, and I'd have to say it like a Chinese person would say it.
Oh
So
my
I just
goodness.
I ended up mirroring a lot of it. Just like I would have somebody, I'd have somebody give me the sides, say it, and then I'd just repeat it the same way I heard it. And then they would be like, roll,
Oh
action.
shit.
Yeah, cut.
Right,
You got it right. 14 takes, but you got it right.
right.
I
that's how
Recently,
I say the names. Oh,
Hmm.
sorry. That's how I say the names in the videos I do. I mimic because I like to say people's names in their native language because I like to hear my name said correctly. Why wouldn't they? So
right.
I walked around for 3 days trying to say Kamala Devi Chutapaliyai, but now it's so rhythmic. I say it all the time.
Yeah, I mean,
But I'm
for
muting.
me, recently, I had heard this song called Indiko Kele. It's a gospel song in Zimbabwe, and I recently
Mm.
re-looked at my
Ooh.
I know, like the song went viral, and there was like a little girl leading it because she was a fan of the group. It's called The Unveiled, and yeah, she had the cutest little voice. I'm gonna send the video in the group chat.
Yeah.
So of course, naturally, me as a Black woman, when I hear it, it's like that sounds familiar, and that's something that we all experience whenever we hear any African songs. But this one in particular had a lot of us boohooing, and we didn't even know what they were saying. So there were a
Mm.
lot of South Africans translating it, and we was just crying. So
Yeah.
I had it went viral again. So I was like, okay. And then someone said, oh, this is Zimbabwean. So I went on ancestry.com to look at my DNA results. Y'all, I kid you not, I am a descendant of that region, both the southern and the western Bantu people.
Hell yeah.
And when I tell you the food, so I was like, I'm about to play this and learn the words. And I literally sung it for my mama. When I even just talking about it, I am getting emotional because when you've been stripped of everything
Mm-hmm.
and
Oh,
you don't know and you're a mixture, because I'm like, I'm Malian, I'm Nigerian, I've been in Togo, Ghanaian, Cameroon, again, Zimbabwe, Eswatini, South Africa. You're seeing all of these things on the map, and it's like, where do we fit in? Because we have bits and pieces of everything per slavery, and then you just never know.
Yeah.
You just never know, and it felt familiar. You know, even when I hear Celtic music, I was like, oh, that's familiar.
Yeah.
I
Mhm.
have that ancestry as well, so it was amazing. So
That
it
is
was
so
better.
cool.
It was better than singing in Latin. I'll tell you that.
It's
Hell yeah.
singing in Korean is hard for me because like I always find myself as I love K-pop. I've always found myself trying to sing along with it, but K-pop has this way thing of the random phrases are in English. And so I'll be like "Na, na, na, da, 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 anytime, you know, like just like they sing that one word in English. I'm gonna nail that fucking word. But yeah, the rest of them will be like "Da, da, da, da,
I
da."
love it.
Yeah.
You know, my
And
husband, English is like his fourth language. He's from the northwest region of Spain. And
Mhm.
so, you know, he's our generation and he's about 10 years older than me, but we're still like kind of in the same generation. And so he loves all the 80s, 90s music, of course. And so he will randomly, because he explains to me, you know, I never knew the words to these songs and what it meant until I learned English. And he's now fluent in English. And you'd think, you know, he was a native speaker. But he'll go around the house, for instance, the other day, he was just going, don't touch me. And I was like, I was dying. I'm like, what? I'm like, don't touch me. He goes, yeah, me song, don't touch me. I'm like, no, it's can't touch this. He goes, well, what the hey he talking about? Then can't touch this. I'm like, use your imagination. Or
I,
he'll take, he'll take oh, I don't know if it was if it was U2 or if it was the Stones, but you know, this familiar bass line. So he'll be like ding 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 boca dia de tune and he'll walk around the house, which translates, you know, to Spanish tuna sandwich. And I'm just like, no, I'm like, you know, this is, it's just really funny that true to your point about K-pop, like what the things that you can come up with within your head, trying to understand and hearing these songs
oh
over and over
right.
again in a language you don't understand, and then, you know, the things that come out of your mouth and a native speaker will look at you and just die laughing. I can only imagine.
Right. Like what finger bang? What? You know, it's like, you know, something like that is just, you know, I'm sitting there listening with my very white mind and my very white
Right.
sensibilities, trying to listen to it. That's like that sounded like finger bang. You know, I know that
Yes.
can't be what that is, but that's what it sounded
But
like.
that's what
And
it sounds like. Oh yeah.
yeah, and forevermore, that's gonna be what it is. Yeah. I know that and Oppa Gangnam Style, and that's about it.
It's yes.
Yeah.
Funny song.
If we ever get any of those singers on this show, whew,
She'll
yes,
be fangirling.
I will be. I love Blackpink. I love 4 Minute, and you know, just I do really like get behind some of this international music because when I was in China, we would go to church and we would hear it's pussy time again.
Oh,
Yeah.
and the
Yeah.
Uh,
pussy.
we would hear the hymns being sung, like familiar hymns, like Amazing Grace or something like that,
Hmm.
being sung in Chinese. And it's
Oh,
just
interesting.
the way that it was structured and the way the language was fit throughout it. And, you know, knowing what I knew of Chinese and being able to kind of sing along with it, it was pretty amazing. Just I'm not a particularly religious person, but being able to participate in that sort of spiritual activity with people in their own language is definitely a whole nother thing.
Absolutely. And it just
Is
drives home the point that every artist knows is that music truly is, and art truly is the universal language. It
the
just
universal
transcends,
language, yes.
it transcends all of our stupid, you know, barriers and boundaries as crazy creatures. And it just speaks on like a molecular level to Mo's point. She was like, I felt connected to that, you know, it's very much in your bones, you know,
Oh yeah,
it
for
speaks to
sure.
you.
Because if you can if we can say, you know, in our day to day, Abby and I communicate thoughts via Spotify. You know, like, hey, this is my mood today here,
Mhm.
Oh, I love
and
that.
then
I think
yeah,
Spotify is choosing violence right now.
yeah,
And
I thought of this.
Spotify is being a little too accurate.
I listened to that whole fucking album, Sarah Bareilles. I can't remember
Gorillas,
his.
yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
Someone Hold My Heart came up on my Spotify as I was like opining about a whole dating sitch that went belly up before it could actually really begin. And I was like, Spotify just chose violence. Really? They're
mhm,
gonna play this song as I'm just like letting all the sad girl out. Mm.
right. Or there's been times I sent Abby things and like Spotify did not have to do me this way. Because I'll be
Yeah.
listening to the radio DJ and it'll pop up something that's like, what, like, oh my God, how good is this algorithm getting? It's now reading my mental.
Seriously. It's
Yeah.
listening. I'm telling you.
Yes, there is. Greg in the chat says there is definitely a difference between being religious and being spiritual.
Yeah.
And also said another one bites the tuna sandwich.
Another one bites. Thank you. Another one bites the dust. Was
Mhm.
that the Stones
That was
originally?
Queen.
Queen. Oh my God, I'm so embarrassed. How could I forget that that was Queen? It's because I'm sick and I'm off my game.
Right,
Of course,
right.
that bass
You've
line was
been sick
Queen.
for a minute.
You know, I really have. And I don't have an immune system. And as I'm getting older, I get even less than one. And I just feel like with the hubs traveling so much, it's just bringing everything from them airplanes.
That's as bad as having a kid in school,
You,
honestly.
oh, seriously. And you know, it's funny, all of my friends that are moms and dads or have been saying the same thing. It's like, damn, it's like you've got a kid in preschool or something. I'm like, I feel like that. I really do. It's crazy. Not just because the
Mhm.
hubs is immature, but you know.
Well, I mean, he's a guy. So,
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah.
it's something definitely floating in the air. If it isn't a cold, it's definitely like some type of bacterial virus. I don't know what the heck.
Seriously.
No, seriously, aside from my situation, there was actually one woman who went to the doctor behind a simple ear infection where there was like a pathogen growing, like forming in her ear, and it
What?
hit her. Yes, and it hit her brain, and it hit her spine. And literally, the doctors gave her 24 hours. Well, of course, y'all know the saints gathered together and prayed. That woman is still alive, and the doctors are like, "How? I don't know what's going on," but I said, "You know what? Cause y'all know what happened to me last month,
Jesus. That sounds like some Final Destination shit.
Right.
girl.
Pathogen
That
in your ear all of a sudden, you go, oh, I have an earache, and there's like an alien growing in your ear.
Girl, I don't know if y'all are familiar with the Sword and the Stone, but I feel like
Hell
it's
yes.
Merlin versus that marvelous Madam Mim over here turning into different objects, and then all of a sudden, Madam, I am not disappear. I am a germ, a rare germ called whatever, whatever. And you cut me, Mim. What? First you'll break up into little spots. Do, do,
Oh my
do.
God. I'm having
That's
serious childhood flashbacks, Mo. You have like made my night. Oh my God. One of the funniest
that.
damn screwed up children's films, animated films of the 80s. Holy shit.
Listen.
Marvelous Madam Mim. I hated her. I
Oh
hated
my God. Oh, and the wolf, I loved him when every time he tried to eat up Arthur, and when he climbed up in the over the mountain, like
her. All out of breath like he was suffering from COVID or something.
they're like it was the funniest thing. And that squirrel.
Oh my God. Oh, funny enough, this is such a guy thing. One of my guy friends just told me over the weekend, like total like hetero, you know, guy told me, he's like, you know, guys all have this hidden secret that the first crush they ever had on a girl was likely an animated Disney animal. I'm like, what are you talking about? They're like the squirrel and the sword and the stone. I'm like, what?
No.
I
Robin
know,
Hood.
right? Anything you need to know,
Robin
hetero
Hood.
men, right there. Right there.
Robin fucking Hood.
I
That
I
said, ja, ja,
fox.
ja, ja,
The fox.
ja.
Thank you. Thank you.
Oh,
That's what I
Yes.
said. I said the only animated character I had a crush on was the fox in Robin Hood. So I'm not the
Right.
only weirdo out there. Thank
No,
you.
he was hot. You
It
kidding
was his
me?
voice
I
too.
Yes.
had I
And his
had a crush on
charisma.
the I had a crush on the prince from Thumbelina, the fairy, and I never let you fall.
God,
Although
humans are so
I
messed up.
did Baloo on the Jungle Book had a bit of a bear vibe to him since he was, a bear.
Yeah, I
So
can see
I was
that.
kind of like, oh, he might be a cuddle daddy. You know, I don't know.
Do puppets count? Do puppets count?
Yes, they
Yes.
do.
Yeah.
Which
Because
one?
I had a crush on the Gelflings from the Dark Crystal.
Oh, hell yes.
Ooh,
Oh my God.
yes.
And the lead character's named Jen. When I figured that out as a kid, I almost like peed my pants. I'm like, you're joking. I fucking love
I'm
that
so
movie.
glad when people know it. Oh,
Well,
I fucking
let's
nobody
love
knows
not
what I'm
that
let's
talking
movie.
not
about.
forget David Bowie in Labyrinth too.
Oh
Yes,
my
the Owl
God.
King.
Yeah.
Although, can I just say, I didn't appreciate how tight his pants were. I just didn't.
I I for a kids movie maybe, but I as an adult I appreciate it greatly.
I don't know. It just kind of takes the mystery away from it, because as an adult, you're watching it and you're like, whoa, like Owl King, what you got going on there in the nether regions? It's like very distracting.
Thor's hammer down there, yes.
Well,
Yes.
but
And
here's a question. Here's a question to go with that though. If you see the Disney princesses with their boobs all
Oh,
crushed up I mean, it's
yeah.
not any different.
no, that's a
Jessica
good
So
Rabbit.
point. And how they over sexualized, well, all the princesses really, but Pocahontas
right.
especially. Like she's wearing
Yeah.
something hanging out with a strap and it's Booberella for days.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
well,
Oh,
when
like, and the reason that
Pocahontas
drives home to me, my kids do marching band, and the intern for the band director had come, and she came to band camp wearing a short skirt and a crop top.
ooh,
Oh
Okay.
no.
No, but the thing is, the guys come to teach and they're shirtless in short shorts. So why is it
no.
okay for them? But then we look at her and say, why is she
that
dressed
part.
like that in front of the
Fair
kids?
point.
Why the hell are
That
they dressed
part.
like that in front of the kids?
So
Like,
Seriously, why is a
it's that
man running around
internalized.
shirtless in front of kids?
Hmm.
How is that
Well,
right.
because
acceptable?
it's 90 degrees, but it's like it's that internalized patriarchy. Immediately we look at the woman and say, "Oh, why would she dress like that?"
Yeah, good
Right.
But
point.
then, you know what and that's what I've been paying a lot of attention to language lately and the way that we
Mm,
represent people. And a lot of language minimizes us, it minimizes, all marginalized communities. But if you
yeah,
really pay attention, you start seeing how we've been trained to see things a certain way.
yeah, we
That
I
absolutely
got all
agree.
preachy. I'm so sorry for preaching
that's
tonight.
okay.
No,
Very,
no,
That
preach
that
away.
no,
segues
girl, this a word.
perfectly. That segues perfectly into the fact that the show's almost over and it's time for final thoughts. So we can preach in final thoughts, if we want to. So this is actually a really quick show tonight, in my opinion.
Yeah,
It got
Yeah,
over with
it
really
did.
fast here,
flew
but we
by.
are here at the bottom. You were here approaching 10 o'clock. It's the hour in which some of us turn back into a pumpkin. And yes, yes, my shirt is
Oh
X-Men.
yeah.
Yes, that's not a play on words or anything, me being an X-Man, but
Ah, what?
um, yeah, I'm just
Morgan just
saying.
dropped dead. Mo just
Yeah,
dropped dead to the floor.
lost Mo.
To the floor. You killed her, Sheila. Good job.
I broke Morgan. That's mission accomplished for tonight. So, final thoughts tonight. Abby, I'll start with you.
You know what? My final thought is I love you guys. I really do feel that we really are on that same wavelength. And the fact that, we got this like extra hour 15 to just kind of chill and hang and like boom, all of a sudden it's 10 p.m. Like, I don't know, it just shows how awesome everybody is.
The fact of the matter is we could have probably sat here till midnight and everybody except for you would have been okay.
I would have been asleep, but I would have been
Right.
listening in, being like,
You just been
okay,
like,
good
you're like,
guys.
Me too, Abby. Me too.
yeah. Morgan, what's your final thought for the night? We've
You
lost
know
Morgan.
what? Between
Wait. Hold
first
on.
it was stop. First, Sheila, please, I hope you don't get offended. First, when someone called the transgender community Transformers, I said, I died with that. I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, I don't.
You mean
Hell yes, Sheila.
this? Yes.
Hell
Like,
yeah.
I was like, oh my God. I'm like, I shouldn't be laughing at this. I'm like, I have to touch
We're more than meets the eye, that's for sure.
I
Yeah.
love it. I love the synchronicity. That's phenomenal.
Mm.
First that, now the Xmas shirt. Jesus, please. I can't breathe. Look, I love y'all. Y'all are awesome. Y'all are my sisters. Oh my
You
God.
know,
Woo, I'm sorry.
I like it.
That's my final thoughts. I love y'all. Y'all are awesome.
All right, Jen, I hate to have you follow that, but go right ahead with your final thought for tonight.
I'm sorry, I was coughing. Did you say Jen?
Yes.
Okay, I'm sorry. My ears are also clogged. I can't hear anything. Thank you to all of you for putting up with me today with my snottiness and my hoarseness. I truly appreciate that with this episode. It started off on a really high note with Jennifer, and I like that we kind of kept things on more of the light side. Not that I don't love a good, bitch fest every now and again, because there's plenty to bitch
Yeah.
about. Like you said, Sheila, earlier, I mean, there's plenty to bitch about, but I really appreciate when we can celebrate just the funny, weird, awkward, strange things, and we can just have conversations that just evolve naturally over time. And then boom, 2 hours are gone. So
Right.
thank you
We,
all for
we go
making my
from
night better.
talking about fucking a monk in a monastery to, to
Sheila!
to
From Daddy Idris
transgender
Elba.
tattoos to,
Exactly.
to Abby's pussy, and then we're continuing to go around. I love
There
it.
you go.
Oh my God. Mary, tell me you're happy you're here right now.
I am.
Yay.
Today today felt like the world crashed down on me,
Oh,
and I sent one text, one,
Literally half a
and I
text.
wa- I wasn't alone anymore, and I didn't have to just find it within myself to get rid of it.
yeah.
I I was out of hope completely, completely, and then I send one fucking text, and I'm here tonight. So I wasn't gonna come to the show because so I guess my last thought is doesn't matter how old you are, you can find the family you never knew you needed. And they will get you to put on makeup when you're actually too puffy to think you can do it.
Oh, yeah.
So I say it a lot, but I seriously, Sheila, you literally changed my life
You.
just by
All of
letting me be a
y'all,
guest on this show.
all of y'all have changed my
Love you,
life.
Mary.
Yes, I'm so happy you are here. There's a big hole in the panel when you're not. So
Amen.
yeah. And that goes for all of y'all. The Jen, we've been missing you the past couple of weeks here.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then, Abby goes to these amazing shows and leaves us and we miss her. And Morgan's
Gotta
been
keep dating
here except when
myself.
she's been sick. When Morgan got sick, there was a big hole there. I have thought through all of this here, and maybe this is my final thought, that there is a reason that the Hurricane Girls are all where we are right now, and it's not accidental, because each and every one of us, when joining this particular group, had something going on. I haven't figured out what yours is yet, Jen, but I'm working on it. I maybe you just are like, oh my God, I'm gonna keep these sad sacks company, but
Oh, no.
no, but literally, like you vibe with everyone else. I know, the things Abby, Morgan, Mary, all the things y'all have been through, and low key, a lot of things that I've been through that y'all have
Mhm.
helped me get through. It's been a lonely life here, leaving China and coming back to a place where I didn't know anybody and transitioning into a life where I knew even less people. And yeah, y'all have been my rock and have been there through for me through some of the most trying times. And I love that. And that goes for Sim, and it goes for Evie, and goes for all the other hurricanes out there. Everybody who's rallied around us through this. Everybody in the chat, just want to say thank you to John Quia, Greg, and Andy, and everybody who's been hanging out down there, just rooting us on, and all of our wonderful guests. We've had such an amazing slate of guests, and it
Mhm.
just keeps getting better and better and better. And I never would have thought on episode one I'd be sitting here with this group of women talking with the goddamn Terminator's wife, and in the chat, and just like, you know, doing the things that we do. And we'll be talking to people who are not Hollywood. We'll be talking to people who are to women who are doing the damn thing. And it makes me want to come back every week. Whereas I might not want to otherwise. So thank you all. And thank you everybody out there in YouTube land and Spotify land and Apple land where you will be able to see this show. Thank you to everybody who is being patient while WHGR is being built. It is running our shows. This show will be on there shortly after, and it'll be part of the regular 24-hour rotation where you can tune in and hear several different versions of the Hurricane Girls throughout the day. This is my favorite one right here, though. No, not gonna lie. Um, so yeah, come back next week when we have Kimberly Collier. It's gonna be some magic, I think. Hopefully everybody will not be sick that week. We can get everybody, up healthy, and just want to say thank you to everybody. And thank you, of course, to our guest, Jennifer Blanc-Biehn, for coming in today and being a friend of the show and being just an amazing person. And for Hurricane Abby, Hurricane Mary, Hurricane Morgan, and Hurricane Jen, and for our absent Hurricane Girls, I am Hurricane Sheila Chappelle, America's ex-girlfriend, saying, chin up, tits out, ladies. Good night.
Right.